Hello. In this video, I'll be showing you how to use the best and my favorite indicator called the crystal ball. Now, even if you don't know anything about charting or reading candlestick patterns or anything like that, do not worry. This makes things super simple. Anyone can do it. And I do also have to say this, nothing in this video is financial advice. I'm just showing you how to use an indicator. So guys, you know the drill. Subscribe and make sure to like the video. Now, the first thing I want to draw your attention to is this line in the middle. This is called the crystal line, and it's either blue or it's pink. When the line is blue, that means the price is going up and you want to be in the market. When the line is pink, that means you want to be out of the market because the price is either chopping or going down. So let's go back a little bit. And by the way, we're looking at the Bitcoin price chart. Let's say you bought back here when the line first flipped blue. You would have caught this whole move. You would have ridden this entire pump on the way up, and then you would sell here. You would buy here, sell here because there's a little bit of uncertainty, and you'd wait this all out, this weird awkward chop, and then you'd see, oh, the line is flipping blue again. It's a good time to buy. And then you would catch this whole move up here again. And now you'll notice that, recently the last couple of weeks, the price has been totally crashing. Well, you would have gotten a sign right here that, hey, we could have some pretty bad stuff coming. Now is a good time to sell. And you could have sold here and avoided this crash about 24% if we're including the wicks. So that's super simple. That's just following the crystal ball. Let's quickly go back and undo some of these drawings. Now, this comes with another signal. So let's go ahead and open our menu and enable Smart Trend Signals. And what you'll notice is now our chart has some labels that it didn't have before. These are, you'll see these green ones below the candles and these red ones above the candles. These are potential buy and sell signals. And what's interesting about these labels is that they try to be predictive rather than reactive. A lot of indicators nowadays, they're very reactive. So they'll flash a buy signal after the price has moved up, like let's say up here, or they'll flash a sell signal after the price has already crashed. They lag. What the crystal ball does is it tries to predict the future as best as it can. It's running tons of complicated indicators and math and algorithms to try to predict when there's going to be a reversal or there's potential chop or downside coming. And it also tries to figure out when we're at peaks. And you'll see, at least on this Bitcoin price chart, it's doing really good. It fired here. We had this buy signal fire here, or this secondary confirmation that said, hey, I'm confident about a big move that's coming up. And then we had another one fire here that was also correct that said, hey, look, I'm confident about this move. I think we've got a big move coming up. And here, it did not fire. So you can see that maybe when this line flipped blue here, the indicator wasn't as confident about it back there. You also have these red labels. They serve as take profit. Now, that doesn't mean you sell your whole position, unless you want to, you totally can. That just means that, hey, we may be at a top here. It's a good time to start chopping some profits off if you haven't already. Now, it's not always perfect. As you can see here, it did get a local top, but it didn't get the entire leg up top. But these next few did do quite well. This one predicted this top very well, and these two were right on the money. So those are quite accurate. And another thing you can do is you can enable, let's say you're more of a day trader and you want to kind of catch these smaller moves. You can enable these RSI divergence flags. Now, I know it's starting to look a little bit cluttered, but don't worry. What this does is it plots these diamonds, these yellow and blue diamonds. And these try to predict kind of smaller moves where if you're more of you're trying to swing trade this maybe a little bit more actively, you can buy when you see this yellow diamond, and sell when you see this blue diamond. Again, that doesn't mean, throw all your money in as soon as you see a yellow diamond, sell it all when you see a blue. That just means maybe a little bit, or it can maybe give you some confidence. You can see at least these last few times when we got a yellow diamond flash, it flashed here on this candle, and wick to wick, we went up about 22%, about 23%. Yeah, 23%. Next time it flashed, the price came up about 15% up to the wick, and we saw it actually flash recently, just a few days ago, and the price came back to retest the crystal line. That's about a 10% move, and we might still be going up. It's hard to say for sure right now. Another thing you'll notice is that when the line is blue, the price likes to bounce off of it. And when the line is pink, the price likes to bounce off of it again, but to the downside. You can see here, it keeps bouncing off this line to the downside. It breaks up above it for a little bit here, again falls back under. So very, very interesting. This crystal line is pretty good. And let's say, I'm going to disable these for now. Let's say you're more of a, whoops, that was the RSI. You are a lot more active and you want to catch these smaller moves. I'm going to take off all the signals for now. We can show RSI signals. And this plots even more buy and sell signals if you want to play it a bit more actively. And you can even pair it with these RSI divergence signals. So the chart looks a little bit cluttered, but these can definitely help you make more informed decisions. I will disable these for now. You can also enable ADX sell signals, and you can combo it with these smart trend signals, which is the blue and red labels. And these kind of signal to you, hey, this move is totally overbought. We've got a lot of momentum here. This may be a good time to sell. And this plots these orange X's. If you pair that with, let's say, these smart trend labels, and they're firing at like nearly the same time. For example, these fired close, these fired pretty close together, these are firing close together. That's a pretty good sign that, hey, it may be a good time to kind of take a little bit out. I'm going to go ahead and disable that for now. Next thing I'm going to show off is these dynamic and support, the dynamic support and resistance bands. These, I know this makes the chart look cluttered too. This plots dynamic, they follow the price, support and resistance bands. These are based off of the Bollinger Bands. When the candles are wicking above it, that's a sign that, hey, we're above this resistance. It's maybe a good time to take profit. And when we wick below it, that's a sign that, hey, there's a bit of a panic selling. We can take a little bit of profit here. And finally, we have a slow line that we can also enable. So let me go back and check this. And this plots a long-term strong support and resistance band. In bull markets, the price likes to bounce off of this to the top. In bear markets, the price likes to bounce off of it to the bottom. So you can see that we were ranging here for about a year in 2024, the price was. And as soon as this slow line caught up, yeah, we tested it a few times. We fell under it, but eventually we ended up moving up afterwards. So this would have been a good time to buy when the slow line finally caught up. And you can see, especially lately, the slow line has kind of caught up again. So we might be getting this breakthrough, hopefully, to the upside again pretty soon. That's how to use most of the crystal ball's main features. I'm going to go ahead and turn these smart trend signals back on. And let's go ahead and move over to another chart, and we can see how the crystal ball does there. So let's go ahead and go over to let's go to Dogecoin, then we'll go to some stocks like the S&P 500. Okay, this is the Dogecoin price. Super, super simple, right? When the line is blue, you want to be in the market. When the line is pink, you want to get out of the market. Let's look at this recent move right here. The line is pink for a while, trending down, and then you see it flip blue, and you see this green label. That's a sign, okay, I should probably get in the market. And let's say you sold everything as soon as you saw this red label up here. Well, you just clocked in 200, it depends where you sold, 250 to 230% gain. And that was only in about a month if you did that. And then if you hadn't already sold your whole position, you can see, oh, okay, the line just flipped pink here. I should probably get out. And then you would have avoided this crash here to the bottom wick, about 63%. So there's a crystal ball working really, really well on Dogecoin. Let's go check out the S&P 500 and NASDAQ, and then we'll probably stop it there. Let's check out the S&P 500, and I already have a few things circled here. Don't mind that. You sell at the top here. You buy again here when it flips blue again, and then you would have caught this whole huge move. You take a little bit of profit at each of these peaks, right? And then you take the rest of your profit when this line flips pink. So this is the S&P 500. And had you would avoid this whole S&P 500 crash, 20% in just a few days. You would have dodged all of that. And then lastly, let's take a look at the NASDAQ. And as you can see, I've got some stuff circled here. Very, very similar. You see this green label. You sell at this red label. You sell when it flips pink. It flips blue, you buy back in, you're taking profit along the way, and you're riding this whole move up. And you would be out of the market at this point had you sold, and you would have avoided this whole NASDAQ crash as well, about 22% if you look at this middle number here on this label. That's basically it, guys. That's the crystal ball. Now, make sure to join my Discord. Link is in the description. There's going to be more information about the crystal ball there. This is not yet available, but it will be soon. So you definitely want to be around for that. Join the Discord. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. And thanks for watching.